All right, motherfuckers. So, first thing we're doing here is some good old adductors. You gotta do this on both the quad and hamstring days. Always start with the adductors, even if it's just a warm up and you don't do any real working sets here. This is just, a staple in my routine, always has been, and it's the reason why my adductors are fucking huge, is just because I have always incorporated them, training them directly. Now, a lot of people will say that you can get direct stimulus to them through just like squatting deep and stuff, and sure, but I've never seen anybody with impressive adductors that doesn't actually fucking train their adductors directly. So there's my little rant, and we're probably just gonna go up to one decently working hard set here, and then we'll move on to the actual hamstring stuff. When you're doing adductors, the most important factor, I would say the 100% most important factor, is emphasizing the stretch here. You see a lot of guys just throw on a bunch of weight and just like to fucking, try to rip through the set, but you really want to emphasize letting it stretch open, and that's going to increase your hip mobility, but also it's just going to provide you the best results in terms of that adductor inner thigh growth. So sit here for 1 to 2 seconds in between every rep, really feel that stretch, and then drive into your adductors to complete the rep. Come on. I'll do it. That'll be one top set there. That's good enough. You gotta fucking suck in this thing. All right. Second movement that we're gonna do here for hamstrings, well, I guess it's the first movement we're technically doing for hamstrings, is gonna be the seated hamstring curl. We're gonna work up to 2 actual working sets here, somewhere in between that 10 to 15 rep range. Maybe it'll be 1 top, 1 back off. Maybe it'll be 2 straight sets. I don't know. We're just gonna feel it out and decide when we get there. Turn. What did you do? Imagine you're just filming, you just saw me just go over there and just fucking rock her for no fucking reason. Something to keep in mind when you're doing a seated hamstring curl is that the way that you want to set up essentially to ultimately get the most out of your hamstrings is, first of all, you want to be snug in here. You want to be in an upright position so we don't have the seat too far back. And make sure that the pad is lined up just above your ankles, like behind your shins there, not at the top of your calves, not right at your feet. And you want to have this locked down firmly, very tight in place. You don't want there to be like really any room for you to be able to lift your leg up at all. So when you get that, you're the push down into it, and you want to come forward. When you come forward, it allows you to lengthen the hamstring more. Essentially, get kind of like more range of motion for your hamstrings. So we're going to go to failure here in this position first, and then once we can no longer get the weight to move in this position, we're going to push back against the back of the seat here and continue to push more reps to failure. You could kind of think of it like a mechanical drop set, I believe is one way you could put that, but this is the way that I like to execute seated ham curls every time I do them, essentially. So yeah, this will be the last working set. 8, 9. I'll come back here. Another thing to note there is just to make sure that that's clarified, is that when you're coming up here, you're bringing your whole torso forward, kind of like creating that angle with your body. You'll see a lot of people, they just hunch over and they go like this, but they keep their lower back in the same position. So you want to move completely forward, lean your whole torso forward. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next exercise. Second movement that we're doing for hamstrings today is going to be a B stance, single leg RDL held ipsilaterally, which means just holding the dumbbell on the same side as the body. This is a great movement for glutes and hamstrings. I love them, but the reason why I specifically am mainly integrating these into my hamstring training is because just of imbalances strength-wise. My left side of my core, my left side of my erectors, just that whole side of my body is a lot more stronger. It's a lot more stable, has better coordination. So having the unilateral movement like this in there helps even that out and is helping to strengthen the right side, especially with holding it on the same side as well. So it helps bias a bit more of that side of the erectors and core when you hold it that way instead of holding it contralaterally. But even if that's not the case for you, this is still a great movement just because unilateral movements in general are great and help with better motor unit recruitment for the muscle, the target muscle that you're training. But anyways, with that being said, we're just gonna do 2 working sets here. Again, 10 to 12 reps. Might be 2 straight sets, might be a top and a back off. We just feel it out as always and decide from there once we get to the actual first working set. Whew. I'm winded. For those of you who don't know how to set this up, it's pretty simple. Basically, what you want to think is just get into like a sprinter stance. You know, they set up at the track like this. So the leg in front is going to be the working leg. So in this case, it's my right leg. Back leg is just a kickstand, so it's back there. Calf is spiked. It's used for stability. You can have it held ipsilaterally here, like I'm doing, or contralaterally. Both have different reasons, but in either scenario, all you're going to do is have the majority of the weight placed on this leg, because it's the working leg, right? You're just going to drive back, same as any other RDL. Drive back, allow knee flexion to occur, but you're not going to drop straight down. And then you just let this leg bend as well, because it obviously needs to in order for you to keep your body straight, your back straight. And then just drive in with your hamstrings and your glutes here. And you get a lot of good hamstring activation out of this. So give it a try if you haven't before. When I was younger, I used to do like fucking single leg RDLs where we would like literally just like put our leg up and try to do it this way. And it's just some really unproductive retard shit. But this is better. And now that my 4 minutes and 57 seconds of rest between each sides has been up, we are scientifically ready to approach the other leg. So we're gonna give this a go here and aim for another 12 reps. Yep. Ooh. X. Eight. 9. 10. 11. Oh. Hey, I'm not doing another set. Fuck that. One's enough. Mike Menser. Seb Menser. Is your ass supposed to be on this thing? So for the third exercise that we're doing, oh, I just got a cramp in my abs. Ah! Hip thrusts. I don't know why. We're just doing them. Well, Phil told me to do them today, so we're doing them. We're gonna do 2 sets of 10 to 12. Just feel it out. You know how it is. And I haven't done these long. The last time I done these, I hate doing these because the last time I did them,
you blew your back out.
Yeah, I blew my back out. Well, my back's already been blown out since I was 17.
Good job, Marissa.
Last time I did them, I put like it was at a bar. I went straight to 5 plates. I didn't go straight to 5 plates, but I went to 5 plates because I was able to do it. But I have a fucking disc herniation and just a ton of back problems, so my back just didn't like that, and it aggravated my sciatica, and it flared up for like 3 weeks straight. I was in just fucking very bad pain, so I haven't done them again since then. But we're doing them again now, and I'm just gonna keep it on the safer side. I'm not gonna go too heavy.
Where you get away with 2 1/4 if you just
just go slow. Just feel my glutes that are just absolutely dead nerves from all the times I've been stabbed in the street in my glute medius.
With a 25.
Yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times I've been walking down the street and I've gotten stabbed in my glute medius with a 25 gauge needle. It just seems like
Colorado's rough.
Yeah, Colorado's wild. Don't go to fucking Boulder. They're all about that pride movement down there. So everybody's got a test prescription, and they just fucking shoot you right with it. That's pretty good. Honestly, I think I'll just stay there and do another set, even though it's not like super hard. It's absolute failure.
It has a contraction.
Yeah, I can feel my glutes somewhat, and I can never feel them actually contract. So I feel like I'm getting somewhat of a stimulus there. It's like it's bringing the nerves back to life.
That's plus.
So I'll just stay there, do another set, and as I integrate this more into my weekly training, it's just getting acclimated to the load, to the movement, getting that neurological adaptation, getting a better connection with my glutes, being able to thoroughly drive it through the glutes, minimizing lower back involvement, therefore minimizing any risk of that previous injury popping back up. So that's the way I'm gonna approach these. So stay nice and light, focus on executing with good intent and feeling the glutes here. Woo. Run. And that's pretty much all we're gonna do here. Nothing too fancy, just 2 plates. Just a little glute work, little thrust work, and the last thing we're gonna do here is gonna be a circuit, like a giant set. We'll do 3 rounds there with the lying leg curls, into an RDL, into body weight, hip thrust scoop bridge. Let's get to it. All right, so we got a quick intermission here. I'm gonna take you guys through how to effectively execute hip abduction to get the most glute out of this exercise. So you see, we got little M over here on the abduction machine, and we got quite the fancy little setup here. So we got the band pulling her forward, so that's to pull her into more of that lengthened position and really get your body in the position you want for the glutes, right? So we have this here as well, so that when this isn't here, it cuts the range of motion short. So this essentially allows her to get her legs closer together at that bottom range of motion and get more range of motion for the glutes. So we're gonna have this pull her forward. We're gonna have her put her hands here to stop herself from sliding forward, and then she's gonna push outwards to target the glutes. So go like that. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna do. How many sets are you doing here? She doesn't know. She's gonna feel it out.
She looks like a bird flying away.
A bird flying away? Yeah. We call these the flappy birds. We hear a lot of people shit on this movement and say that it'll cause sciatic nerve pain because it'll make the piriformis hypertrophy, and you don't want to do that. And that's a really in-depth topic, and it's very circumstantial, but the end point is that this is still a great movement for glutes, and it doesn't necessarily mean that anything bad is going to happen to you. If you are predisposed to some things, just due to your anatomy as an individual, this might result in some sciatic nerve pain, but again, that's unlikely, really, unless you get really fucking strong, huge glutes, and you're just maxing out this machine for reps. I don't see that really being a very likely thing to happen. So I wouldn't worry about it. People really exaggerate that, and the end point being is that this is just a great movement for glutes, and I think a lot of people have been fear-mongered into trying to stay away from it because of all the shit that's been going around about it, but it's great. It's a great booty builder. So if you're in the Build a Bitch program, I would recommend them.
I'm stuck.
Change of plans. We're not going to do the giant set circuit. I actually decided to adopt a Mexican child, as you see here. I'm just kidding. I didn't adopt her. She is illegal. But back to the workout, as I was saying, I'm not going to do the giant set. I'm not going to do the circuit just because there's too many fucking people here. There's too much shit going on. It's just hectic, and it can't be as smooth and as fast as I want it to be. So we're just going to do one thing at a time and make do with the situation that we're dealt here. So we're just going to do lying leg curls first. Two sets here, 2 working sets, 10 to 15 rep range. Make sure we're digging our hips into the pad, pushing into it. Think of kind of like lifting your elbow up as you do a bicep curl. Same thing, kind of think of getting that knee up and contracting your hamstring as you curl off of the pad. Yeah. I feel like there's really not much else to do, honestly. Maybe we'll do like a set of RDLs. Let's do one more. We'll do a back off set here. Go for an AMRAP. Try to get really good contractions. Keep it slow. Maximize hamstring fucking activation. I don't know. 8, 9, 10. Holy fucking hell, Mike. That was a rough one. We'll do a little bit of RDOs, 1 or 2 sets there. You know, get a good stretch, and then we'll call it a day after that. Probably we'll feel it out. Feel me here. Gotta wear the straps, so I don't have to worry about my forearms giving out. I don't wear a belt on anything really ever, not on any hip hinge movements, any squats. I used to a lot, but as mentioned many times by now, one of my priorities is bringing up core strength, stability, coordination, all those things. So a belt definitely doesn't help with that. It's just a Band-Aid. But yeah, if I can't do it with the belt, then I shouldn't be doing it. If I can't do it without a belt, that's what I meant to say. I don't even know if this is an RDL, SLDL, conventional deadlift. Does it really fucking matter? We're just gonna pull from the floor, doing what feels good, and working up with that. This will be the top set. I think this is, just do one working set here. We have 4 or 5. I don't want to put any more plates on, so this has to be the working set because I'm not gonna do 5 after this. I'm not gonna do any more of that. So just do as many reps as possible, and we'll call it a day. This workout will be wrapped up, over, done, toasted, fully baked. A lot of people also ask, why don't I just start from the floor? Why don't I walk it out? And the reason why I walk it out is because it's fucking harder. And it also is just easier to set up. Yep. That's the hard part, is walking it back fucking in. Whew. All right.
You're still dead.
Yeah, I'm winded. That pretty much wraps up today's hamstring workout. There's nothing else to say, nothing more to do. We are 8 weeks out now. Yeah, this week marks 8 weeks out, the beginning of 8 weeks out. So I'm a lot leaner, but I want to show you guys in this episode, maybe the next one, maybe the actual prep episode. Make sure you like these videos. Make sure you're subscribed and you get that subscriber count up. Don't use code SEP for Raw and Revive anymore because I'm not with them. Maybe I'll explain that in another video, maybe not. Only time will tell, but don't use the code anymore. I don't know if the code still works. Apparently it still does. They're still running it up with the code. Go figures, but that's all for today, folks. I'm gonna go home, eat my protein, eat my rice, my carbs for the day, and get some work done, and head to sleep and do it all again tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.